Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into Proverbs, specifically chapter 14.
Right.
And this chapter, it just lays out these really sharp contrasts, doesn't it?
It really does. It paints a picture of, well, two ways to live. Wisdom versus folly.
And it's not abstract theory. It shows the practical results, where these paths actually take you in the real world.
Exactly. That's what's so compelling. It strips it down to everyday life.
Yeah.
How these choices impact your home, your work, your community. It's very tangible.
Okay, let's dig in. It kicks off with that image. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears hers down. Straight away, it's about action, right? What are we actually building?
Or destroying, yeah. Whether it's a literal house or, relationships, maybe a career, wise choices add up, they build. Foolish ones seem almost self-destructive.
It's like the foundation you're laying brick by brick, or maybe kicking the bricks away.
And it connects that to your overall direction, your walk. Walking uprightly is tied to this deep respect, this fearing the Lord.
Whereas going off on crooked paths seems to lead away from that kind of guiding reverence.
Right, away from the foundation.
Yeah, and speaking of building or tearing down, wow, the power of words in this chapter.
Oh, definitely.
The fool's talk brings a rod to his back. Like, their own words get them into trouble.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds almost. But then it says, the lips of the wise protect them. Your words as a shield.
It's a powerful link between what we say, what we do, and sort of the reality that follows.
And that ties right into diligence versus just, talk. Remember the line about the oxen?
Oh, yeah. Where there are no oxen, the manger is empty. You can't expect results without the work.
But from the strength of an ox comes an abundant harvest. It's pretty blunt.
No shortcuts. All hard work brings a profit, it says flat out. But mere talk leads only to poverty. It's a stark reminder, isn't it? Wishing isn't doing.
And the diligence isn't just physical labor, it's mental too. How we handle knowledge.
Right. The contrast between the mocker and the discerning person.
The mocker, the sort of dismissive type, looks for wisdom, but just can't grasp it somehow.
It just eludes them.
Yeah. But for the discerning, the thoughtful person, knowledge comes easily. They pay attention.
I find that fascinating. It's less about raw IQ and more about your attitude towards learning, right?
Exactly. And then there's the simple person who believes anything.
Yeah.
Easily fooled.
Compared to the prudent person, careful, wise, who thinks about where they're stepping, it's about that careful consideration, discernment.
Okay, so you've got the building, the wise words, the hard work, the careful thought. Where does Proverbs say this leads?
Well, it points towards security, doesn't it? Real stability.
Yeah. He who fears the Lord, the one with that reverence we talked about.
Has a secure fortress, like a safe place. And it mentions it's a refuge for his children, too.
It calls that reverence a fountain of life, something that helps you avoid, the traps, the dangers.
So genuine security isn't necessarily about, like, money or status in this view. It's more about this inner alignment, this wisdom.
And the flip side, the wicked, the foolish, they face destruction, calamity. Their path goes downward.
And it's not just personal, is it? It ripples out how we treat others, society.
Right. That observation about the poor being shunned while the rich have many friends, it's harsh, but often true.
It is, but then it immediately pivots, saying despising your neighbor is sin, but kindness to the needy, that's blessed.
And it connects oppressing the poor directly to showing contempt for God, their creator. It links everything together.
Individual character, social behavior, even national well-being. Righteousness lifts a nation, it suggests.
It's a complex web, definitely. But the chapter draws these clear lines. Your inner state, choices, words, work, how you treat people. It all builds towards something, good or bad.
The faithless get paid back for their ways, and the good are rewarded for theirs. Different paths, very different destinations.
Yes, starkly different.
So we've seen how Proverbs 14 really draws the sharp lines. Building versus tearing down, words that help or harm, diligence versus empty talk, how we treat others. The outcomes are right there. It really makes you look at your own sort of everyday choices.
It does.
Thinking about that line, there is a way that seems right to a man, but in the end, it leads to death.
Yeah, that's a sobering one.
And also, even in laughter, the heart may ache. Given those thoughts, what might this chapter suggest to you about, well, just how much you can trust outward appearances? Are they a reliable guide?